very warm good morning, dear students. Welcome to digital classes. This is your chemistry period, and today we will discuss our topic, that is catalysis and classification. That already we have done, but today I am going to teach you about the colloids. Basically, that is the third part of this chapter. First part of chapter is the introduction. Second part of the chapter is catalysis and its classification, that we have done yesterday also. But again, with the help of this presentation, I am going to tell you about the catalysis and its classification. Then we will do the colloids and that's classification. Okay, so let's start the catalysis. In this particular presentation, I'm going to tell you about introduction, basis, importance, and classification of catalysis. So let's start. Dear student, as you know that yesterday in my video I have already told you about the catalysis, what is the catalysis and what is the basic meaning of catalysis. So catalysis is the substance that alter the rate of reaction but itself remain chemically unchanged at the end of the reaction is called catalyst. Catalysts are those substances which can increase the rate of reaction. Somewhere what is happening, sometime reaction is very slow, it is taking too much time. So at that point we need to use some catalysis so that it can increase the rate of reaction. On the other hand side, some of the reaction that decrease the rate of reaction, somewhere the reaction is very fast, so that we need to use that catalysis which can decrease the rate of reaction. So all those substances which alter the rate of reaction is called catalyst, and the process is called catalysis. And basically what is the functioning of catalysis, you can see this graph, two graphs are there. If a normal reaction is working like this way, if a normal reaction is taking this much time to form a product, if suppose for example I will make here A plus B is the reactant which is here at this point, and AB is the product which is somewhere here. So reaction will not directly convert from A plus B to AB, although we are writing the reaction like this way, A plus B form AB, that is product, but it is not like this way. The reaction which is taking to A plus B into AB, suppose for example I am taking example, you are at Manali right now, and if you want to go to Kullu, Kullu is product and Manali is reactant. So it is not possible direct from Manali to Kullu you will reach. First you need to cross some of the stations like Klath, 15 Mil, then Patlikul, then Kotrain, then Dobi, or you can say the Bashing, then you will reach to Kullu. So it is up to you, you can go direct from right bank or left bank. If left bank you will go, it will take long process. If right bank you will do, it will take less process. Okay, or if somewhere I will give a second example. Suppose you want to go from our school Rangdi to Jagatsuk. So you have two ways. Either you can go from Manali, by Manali, Aleu, Shuru, Prini and Jagatsuk, or you can go by Patligul, then Nagar, then whatever is Karja, like this way to Kangnal to Jagatsuk. So both the way the process is long. If the process is long like this way, it is like in this way. Or if by chance, suppose direct bridge will be set between Rangdi to Jagatsuk through the on the Vyas river, then it is very easy, you will reach very early. So this is the role of catalyst. Catalyst is forming somewhere bridge, or you can say it can decrease the path of reaction and help the reaction to get product easily. Okay, product fast. So here this is the without catalyst, which is taking too much time, and this is with a catalyst. So in this with catalyst, the path particles with energy in this region can now react. The catalyst lower the activation barrier. This is activation barrier. Here at this point it is activation barrier. For information, by introducing a new reaction pathway, you have studied it in the previous chapter also.
Catalysis. A catalyst is a substance which influences the speed of a chemical reaction without itself undergoing any chemical change at the end of the reaction. This phenomenon is known as catalysis. For example, when potassium chlorate is heated in the temperature range of 653 to 873 Kelvin, it slowly decomposes to give dioxygen. But if a little manganese dioxide is added, the decomposition takes place in the temperature range of 473 to 633 Kelvin and dioxygen is released at a much faster rate. A catalyst may increase or decrease the rate of a reaction. A catalyst which increases the rate of reaction is called a positive catalyst. For example, decomposition of KClO3 in presence of MnO2. A catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction is called a negative catalyst. For example, tetraethyl lead is added to petrol to prevent knocking of the engine.
So, if we will talk about classification, so there are two types of catalytic process: homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis. The two processes have industrial importance also. There is another mechanism involved catalysis, that is enzyme catalysis, which possesses biological importance. So, homogeneous catalysis is this. It is called action catalysis, activity based catalysis also. That catalyst and reactant, where catalyst and reactant are in same phase, like liquid, liquid, gas, gas. If we will take example here, acetic acid is liquid, so ethanol is also liquid. Whereas the catalyst is H2SO4 is also liquid. So when catalyst and overall reactant are in same state, that type of catalyst is called homogeneous catalysis. In this, the catalyst is evenly distributed throughout and the reaction proceeds through an intermediate species of lower energy. There is usually more than one reaction step. Transition metal ions are often involved oxidation state change. So for example, esterification process is the example of homogeneous catalysis. Catalysts have no effect on the position of equilibrium here, but they do affect the rate at which equilibrium is reached. Okay. And transition metals compound participated in homogeneous catalysis as they have the ability to change their oxidation state. So especially transition metals mean D block elements are specially used to participate in homogeneous catalysis. So we have copper, iron 3 positive, vanadium. These are the specified, or I can say the specified catalyst which can form the product. Okay. Now second type of catalysis is heterogeneous catalysis. Hetero mean different, so different physical phase from reactant. It is also called contact catalysis. It possesses great industrial importance in our daily life. So it works in 3 steps, that is adsorption, reaction, desorption. So let's discuss. Basically, first step is adsorption. So suppose this green color is reactant. When reactant come closer, okay, so it adsorb on the surface of catalyst. This is the surface of catalyst. First reactant will attach with the surfaces of catalyst. Then what is happening, incoming species land on an active site. So this is first reactant, this is second reactant. The second reactant and first reactant both will approach towards surface of catalyst. So suppose it fix the one part of reactant with the catalyst. Catalyst help to attach the one of the reactant out of two in its surface. That's why it is called adsorption. Adsorption is surface phenomenon. Then in step 2 and step 3, what is happening? The adsorbed gas may be held on the surface in just the right orientation. Now specificity, orientation, right side surface catalyst will help the reactant to fix on right direction, so that the second reactant will also get attached, okay, to the first reactant. And later on the detachment is there, the desorption process is there, step 4. There are rearrangement of electron and the product are then released from the active site. So you can see here, one green, two blue, yellow is going to attach in the proper way. It is not yellow, green attached. It is yellow, green attached. After that yellow, green has detached. So AB product formed from AABB. Okay, so this is the mechanism of heterogeneous. Basically, importance of catalysis: many major industrial chemical are prepared with the aid of catalyst. Many fine chemical are also made with the aid of catalyst. Reduce cost of production. It lead to better selectivity and less waste material also. So this is all about catalysis. Now one more type of catalysis, that is enzyme. It is action based catalyst, activity based catalyst. So enzyme are extremely effective biological active catalysts. They are homogeneous catalysis reacting in solution with body fluid. Only one type of molecule will fit the active sites. Lock and key mechanism makes enzyme very specific as to what they catalyze. So activity is affected by temperature. It increases until the protein is denatured. Substrate concentration, it reaches a maximum when all sites are blocked. pH, many catalysts are amino acid which can be promoted, being poisoned also when the active site become clogged with unwanted. So question can come, write a short note on enzyme catalyst and its how its activity is affected. So you will write all the information from these slides only. So here is one mechanism of enzyme actions.
Mechanism of enzyme catalysis. The enzymes are highly specific in their action. The specificity of an enzyme is due to presence of some specific sites called active sites. These active sites are associated with the presence of some functional groups which undergo some weak interactions with the substrate molecule. The shape of active site on a given enzyme is such that only a specific substrate can bind with it. This specific binding of the active site with the substrate results in the formation of enzyme-substrate complex. In this complex, the substrate molecules are held in appropriate steric orientation to facilitate the reaction. After achieving proper orientation, substrate molecules react to form the products. As product molecules do not have affinity for the enzyme surface, they immediately leave the surface so that fresh substrate molecules bind with the active site.
Suppose lock and key, as yesterday I have told you, specific lock is there for a specific key is there for specific lock. We cannot open all kind of lock with a single key. Okay, that is called specificity somewhere. Okay, so suppose this red color substance is suppose a substrate, and this green is somewhere catalyst. So a particular catalyst is there with the shape which can fix properly, and this will detach with the form of same way, so catalyst will remain always same. So sorry, red color is catalyst and green color is substrate. Here is role of catalyst and substrate. Catalyst is enzyme here, so we can write E. Okay, so only specific species with the correct shape can enter the active site in the enzyme. Once in position, the substrate can react with lower activation energy, and the new product do not have the correct shape to fit to the complex break. This is called lock and key method. You can get it from your book also. So animated action, if I say, so it is same. So how enzyme catalysis is working? The enzyme catalysis is brought about the enzyme is known as enzyme catalysis. Inversion in cane sugar is the example. Conversion of glucose to ethanol is example. Hydrolysis of urea is example. So invertase is used to inversion of cane sugar. Zymase is used to convert glucose into ethanol. Urease is used to hydrolyze the urea. Similar way, maltose convert into glucose is because of maltase. Okay, similar way, saliva amylase. So there are some enzyme. This is all about enzyme catalysts. Next video I will tell you about the colloids. So
characteristics of enzyme catalysis. Enzymes form a colloidal solution in water and hence they are very active catalysts. Like inorganic catalysts, they cannot disturb the final state of equilibrium of a reversible reaction. They are highly specific in nature. One catalyst cannot catalyze more than one reaction. They are highly specific to temperature. The optimum temperature of their activity is 35 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. They are deactivated at 70 degrees Celsius. A small quantity of enzyme catalyst is sufficient for a large change. They are destroyed by ultraviolet rays. Their efficiency is decreased in presence of electrolytes. Nature of solid catalyst. Metals, alloys of metals, metal oxides, metal sulfides, or mixture of these are generally used as solid catalyst. The two important aspects of solid catalysts are activity. The ability of a catalyst to accelerate the rate of a chemical reaction is called activity. These catalysts accelerate the rate of reactions to a very large extent, and in some cases, the rate of reaction becomes 10 raised to the power 10 times faster in the presence of a catalyst. For example, a mixture of pure H2 and O2 does not react, but in presence of catalyst platinum, they combine to form water and the reaction takes place with explosive violence. Selectivity. It is the ability of a catalyst to direct a reaction to yield a particular product. For example, carbon monoxide and hydrogen react to give different products in presence of different catalysts. Shape selective catalysis by zeolites. The catalytic reaction that depends upon the pore structure of the catalyst and the size of the reactant and product molecules is called shape selective catalysis. Zeolites are good shape selective catalysts because of their honeycomb-like structures. They are microporous aluminosilicates with three-dimensional network of silicates in which some silicon atoms are replaced by aluminium atoms. The reactions taking place in zeolites depend upon the size and shape of reactant and product molecules as well as upon the pores and cavities of the zeolites. Zeolites are used as catalysts in petrochemical industries for cracking of hydrocarbons and isomerization.